Okay, let's head over to the gym now. Hopefully, once we get there, it's not too packed. I'm anticipating that it won't be too crazy, but you never know. You never know. We're finally gonna get to eat the chicken with the tandoori marinade that we got. I believe we ended up getting it from Grocery Outlet. The tandoori, it's a type of marinade, and so we mix it in with some plain Greek yogurt, and it smells so good. So I'm super excited to try it out. This is how it looked as we were prepping it. These are the things that we used, and then let me show you guys now how it turned out. So we ended up mixing it with some, I think it's 1 minute rice is what it's called. And so we got these little cups that we can just throw in the microwave and it's super fast. So I'm pretty excited to get back and eat that. We're about to eat maybe around I think it was, last time I checked, it was 360 grams of raw chicken breast. And so that's what we ended up pairing with the marinade. So I'm pretty excited. I am pretty excited. Yesterday, we finally got to see The Last of Us, the new episode that came out. And let me tell you guys how satisfying it was towards the end, where Ellie finally got her leg back. Now, I won't spoil it too much. I won't get into a lot of details, but it was satisfying to see because I still can't believe what happened to Joel. So I'm glad that she was able to get that payback some way. And it's little by little because there's more people in the group that she needs to go after. So we still have a lot to see. What is pretty nice about this season as well is, although what happened to Joel, obviously, we still get flashbacks, which is nice. We still get to see a little bit. So I think for next episode, we're gonna get to see a little bit of what Joel taught Ellie as they were trying to survive, as they were going, through their travels. So I'm pretty excited to see some of those because we kind of get a little bit more background. Because the season really cut from the second season to this third one. It really kind of cut, and it didn't leave so much. It didn't leave too much information of what happens after or in the middle. We kind of just cut straight into the third season, so we didn't really get a background. We're finally kind of getting a little bit through these later episodes, which I'm pretty happy about because we get a little bit of context as to how Ellie got so good at, everything she does. She's a fucking badass. Okay, but enough talking of The Last of Us. Let's now talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. Now, I think that we're most likely going to be doing some type of pull down because the last time we did back, we did pull-ups, and it was actually really busy, and it was on Mother's Day. Oh my god, it was so busy that day. I was anticipating for it to be super empty because I'm like, you know what, people probably went extra early so that way they can go, right? Nah, I feel like everyone went around the same time I went, so it was hella packed. We kind of had to maneuver around a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. We still got through it. So it wasn't too bad. But today for sure we're gonna be doing some pull downs. I'm thinking hopefully we get access to that pull down machine, that cable stack where I can put two handles on each side. I think that's gonna be a good variation today. Just because I'm gonna get a separate handle for each arm, I feel like it can really activate each lat individually throughout the whole movement. Sometimes what happens when I'm using just like a T-bar, a normal bar that people typically use, sometimes one lat or whatever dominant lat there is might take over, and so sometimes you might have a slight um, imbalance. And so that's why sometimes you can do some single arm work or things like that just to balance some of those things out. But I think we're going to be including it here and there, not too often, because it's also a little bit hard to get a hold of two handles at the same time, mostly if it's busy. So we got to see what's available. We got to see what's available, and then we're going to be doing some rows. some cross bodies like always. We typically keep our sets anywhere from 6 to 7. I think that's the sweet spot. And then we're gonna do some shoulders. I'm thinking today we'll do cables like we did last time. But if it gets hella busy and if we get access to a bench, maybe we'll just do some with some dumbbells. Those also give me some pretty good stimulus on the side delt, and I feel it pretty well. As long as you're really controlling it on the way down, you're kind of working against gravity. You'll start to feel the craziest pump on your side delta. And you really only need 4 sets, honestly. You don't really need to do like 6, 7, 8 sets. A lot of people when it comes to shoulders, they think that, oh, let me do like 15 sets of lateral raises. I'll have like the biggest side delta. And a lot of the times that's just gonna be a lot of fluff work. What you should do is focus on a weight that's going to be heavy enough where it is really challenging, and that's what's going to get you the gains, bringing up that intensity. You don't want to do a lot of fluff work with just light weight where it's just a pump. You want to make sure that you're stimulating the muscle to grow. So that's just my 2 cents on that matter. If folks are wondering how do you get big side delts or big shoulders, a few less sets and more intensity in your workouts, and you'll see those results for sure. And you'll know how intense it gets and everything just based on what your body's telling you. You also have to keep in mind mind muscle connection is super important, because if you really think about the muscle, and something that I like to think about usually when I'm doing, let's say, any exercise, is really think about that muscle as I'm pushing through and thinking about that muscle pushing the weight. Even though I'm grabbing it with my hands, I'm actively thinking about my chest pushing it. And so I feel like a huge emphasis as opposed to just kind of pumping them out. So that's why I also go a little bit slower, because I can really focus on that mind muscle connection. And I feel like that has been the key, and that's why we have been progressing so much. Man, doing slope negatives has been a crazy game changer. It has been awesome, and honestly, it's the future when it comes to bodybuilding. I think the negatives for sure are something to look at, because they provide a lot. They provide a lot of stimulus. Now, I'm hoping that once we finish with our session today, we're able to get a pose down spot, because once we're done, it's going to be around the time maybe folks start flooding in. So we might not find a pose down spot that we would like, but we'll have to find something. We'll have to find something. Typically, I like to pose down by a mirror, because I can actually see myself. It is actually hella hard to pose when you're not in front of a mirror. So kudos to all the bodybuilders that are literally on stage doing it in front of people, and you actively don't know if it's coming out correct or not. You're kind of just flexing, right? It's hella hard. It's harder than you think, and to hold those positions and everything, and you're already dried out and everything, man. I The challenge seems insane, but maybe at some point all of this work becomes super worth it where it comes to us competing. Maybe at some point we can compete in a not national competition, natural competition, and see how we place. I think it'll be nice just to kind of get that experience in, because it is a little bit different to go on a cut and then to be peeled for a show. That's where the real challenge comes, and I think that's where we'll see how things are looking once we're on stage and everything. So we don't want to get too carried away, get ahead of ourselves. So until that time comes, we're going to just keep going hard and just keep pushing. Okay, well, let's go ahead and skip over to the first clip now. The beta alanine is already kicking in. Man, this pre-workout, the edge of insanity, it always got me at edge. They're not kidding. I'm always on edge. I'm always having the craziest anxiety and everything. So they are not kidding about calling it edge of insanity, because my heart's like beeping hella crazy. Anyways, let's switch over. I'll see you guys at the gym. Let's go ahead and do our first set. We end up getting access to these handles, so we got lucky. I anticipated that the gym wasn't going to be that packed, so we were right. It's always nice when it's not packed. But we're going to go pretty heavy. We're going to use the purple belt. Try to get as many as we can. Hopefully, we can get a solid, I don't know, 6 to 8, and I'll be happy with the 80s. But we'll see. We shall see. We're going to use these Versa grips because the handles on here are way thinner. So it's way easier to wrap around. When I use it on a bar that's super thick and I get super sweaty towards the end of my set, what happens is that I start slipping away and it's not that effective. So that's just a bummer with these. That's actually pretty good. Okay. Let's drop shot that a little bit. Let's get at least maybe 2 or 3 more. Oh my god. Okay. That's as good as I was gonna get. I think for the next one, I think we'll do 77.5 with the belt. Gives us a little bit more leverage. We'll be able to do it. We'll grab a 2.5. Let's do our second one. What I like to do is I like to add a little 2.5 for a small weight like this. You can increase the weight a little bit, but not by a whole, like, let's say 5 pounds. Let's see how this goes. I need to. Oh my god. Man. Okay. We're gonna be sad today. We only got, I think, 5 or 6. I think what I'm gonna do is drop it down a little bit on the third set. I'll see you guys for that one. Let's do our last one so we can move on to the next one. I think we're gonna go grab a cable stack that I can see right now. We'll go grab that, do our cross bodies for 2 sets. I think for that one, I'm just gonna record the first set, but I'm gonna sit there for 2. But let's go hard on this one. We ended up dropping the 2.5, so we're just gonna do 75. I think that should be pretty good. Hopefully this time we can get a solid 7, but we'll see. Hold on. Let's hold it over here. There we go. Now let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have to only do 4. Fuck. Yeah, I want to drop. Let's see how the fact. Why is this so tiring? Okay, let's move on. I'll see you guys for some tables. Okay, let's go ahead and do our second exercise now. We're gonna do 2 sets of these, but I'm just gonna show you guys the first one. Let's try to go hard. We're gonna try to do 55.5, and I think we should do some pretty good damage with that. Let's see how it goes. Let's put some music. We're gonna listen to Shooter Game Pony Deep End. Let's start with our left. What I like about this is that I can actually put my foot on this thing so I can almost use it as support, which is nice. We can go heavier. I think we can do 65. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, let's get this in for this one. Oh my God. Okay. I'll see you guys for some rows up next. I'm gonna stay here for one more. I need to go drink some water. I am feeling just a tiniest bit sick, where it's just my throat's hurting, but I don't have like a fever or anything like that. It's just my have a bit of a sore throat. So hopefully that's it and it goes away. But I can for sure feel it. And it's hard to gulp. So that's not the most ideal conditions. But we're still gonna go hard. Hopefully we can just sweat this out a little bit. Okay, I think for the next one, what I'll do is do the same weight, try to get the same reps, 6. And then we're gonna go over to some of those isolated rows that we like to do. Okay, I'll see you guys for some rows. So, because we're not too busy at the gym, we got access to our favorite machine. Man, if you guys have this specific one, this lifestyle or this live fitness one, this is honestly has been the best row that I have ever tried. And honestly, I haven't really tried much, but these are fire. This specific machine is awesome. You can get like the craziest stretch. I suggest doing this one for sure. I think we're gonna sit here for, I think 4 solid sets. 2 sets of the upper handle and then 2 sets of the bottom handle. And I think that should be pretty good. Let's just go hard, see how many we can get. It's I started to get a little bit busy at the gym, so we gotta hurry up before things get taken. All right, let's put everything on. Perfect. And then we're gonna do 175. Or let's do 180. I need to breathe because this thing is taking my breath away. Let's hope I don't. Holy shit. That was good. I think for sure on the second one, we're gonna move down a little bit because that was fucking heavy. I'll see you guys for the next one. Let's do this last one. I'm already feeling pretty pumped. So we're gonna do this one. We ended up dropping down to 165. We did 180 for a solid 5. So that was pretty good. So I think for this one, we're gonna get a solid 7 to 8. Is what I'm hoping for. Is what I'm hoping for. Just to give us a little bit more volume, but also just make it just a tiny bit hard. So we didn't drop like a ton of weight where I'm gonna be able to get like 15 reps. Because we're not really looking for 15 reps or 20 reps. We're really looking for around the 6 to the 8. rep range. So we're gonna try to stick to that as much as we can. Let's do this one. All right, we're gonna listen to Bob the Boat with J. Cole. Let me throw my hands real quick. Let's move to the bottom handle now. Fuck. Thank God that shoulders isn't too bad, and it's not gonna be as tiring, man, because this thing is slowly fucking me up right now. Oh man. Not too bad. Okay. So we're gonna do this one for 2 sets, just like the previous one. But I think I'm just gonna record the first one, and then we're gonna move over to a cable set, so we can do some of the lateral races, because those are gonna be pretty good. And it's also pretty empty. It doesn't seem like a lot of the cable sets are taken, so we have a lot to choose from. Okay, I think for this one, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to do the one. No, I think I'm just doing two at the same time, because I'm a little bit too lazy to do them single arm. So we'll just do them two at the same time. Hope for the best. Fuck it, let's try 160. Let's hope I don't regret this. This one's a little bit easier to wrap around though, which is nice. Come on. There we go. Come on. Okay. There we go. That's it. I'm gonna do one more for you guys. The next one you guys are gonna see is some of those cable lateral raises. I'll see you then. Let's go ahead and let's do the first exercise for shoulders. So we're gonna do these lateral raises. I'm gonna keep telling you guys these are the best if you want to build your side delts. You get the crazy amount of tension, and if you're doing it right, you're gonna see some crazy results. So if you haven't tried these out, I suggest trying them out. I can't talk for some reason, and just kind of watch how I do it. And if you want to replicate it, just try it out. I think you guys will like it. It also gives you a little bit of a different variation when you guys want to do something else outside of just the regular dumbbells, right? Sometimes it gets a little bit boring, so throwing these in is more than beneficial because I feel like these are even better than the dumbbells. So let's see how this one goes. We're gonna try to do 23. Try to hit it for anywhere from 5 to hopefully 7, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, cool. 22.5 is what we do. Let's hope for the best. Okay. Let's get 7 on the right hand, which shouldn't be a problem if I take enough rest in between this. So let's see how this one goes. I think I'm just gonna show you guys the first 2 sets, but I'm gonna stay here for 4. And I think I'll be pretty good. Oh man, hopefully we can measure because whenever we start with one hand, it's really difficult to get the same on the other hand because I'm already hella tired. So let's see how this goes. If the pec deck is taken by the time we're done with this, then I think I'll just end up doing something with some type of crossbody like this. And that should be pretty good. Okay, enough resting. Let's get 7 on the right. Man, it's always the last one that gets me. Man, I'm gonna take a quick, maybe 10 seconds and hit it for one more. Okay. One, three, five. That's it. Nice. Okay. Let's do 3 more just like that. I think for this next one, I'm gonna drop down to 20 and do maybe like a solid 7 to 8 is what I'm hoping. I'm gonna go drink some water. I'll see you guys for the next set. Let's give you guys a little bit of a different view for this second set. We're gonna drop down to 20.5. See how many you can get with that. We're gonna start up with our left and then just match. All right with that one. Let's see how it goes. Man, I think I'm slowly getting more and more sick because now I mean, like a bunch of boogers and stuff, and I feel way more congested than usual. So it's a bit of a bummer, but hopefully it's just that, and it goes away in the next maybe 2 days. But maybe you can hear me like sniffling and throughout the whole video today because it's just been so annoying. I can't even breathe properly. I feel so congested. All right, let's start with that left. Oh man. Okay. Let's get the same amount of reps on our right. So we're gonna try to go for 8. Oh man. What a what an interesting time to get sick, man. I would typically think that I'll get sick during the winter, and I didn't really get sick, but I'm getting sick now during the summer. So I think it's just a bad luck that we have. We've been kind of on a bad luck streak for the past maybe month, from like car trouble to me getting like 3 tickets almost in the same week, which is kind of insane. So it's a bit unfortunate. Okay. Damn, I forgot how many I did. I think I did 8, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get 7 to 8 on our right hand. And I need to be better at counting. I get too distracted. All right, so yeah. Okay. I'll see you guys for some reverse pec deck. Hopefully it becomes available once we finish, but man, I'm already beat. I need to do 2 more of these, so let's see how it goes. Yeah. Yeah. Have a good one. Okay. I'll see you guys for some reverse pec deck. It looks like it's almost available maybe once we're done. So let's hope. Let's hope. I think we're gonna stick to the 20s because I'm pretty fucking tired. I think if I try to do 22.5 again, I'm not gonna be able to do it. If anything, I think I'll for sure stick to the 20s for the last 2. And then I'm thinking for the 4th set, what I'll do is just to switch it up a little bit, just to get a little spicy. I'll do the dumbbells for maybe the 20s, and I think that should be pretty good. All right, I'll see you guys for some back deck. Okay, let's do our last exercise. We're gonna do this reverse pec deck. We're gonna stay here for 4. I'm gonna show you guys just 2 of them, and I think that'll be pretty good. I don't want to make the video any longer than it needs to be, so I'm just gonna do 4, show you 2, and then the next clip that you guys get will probably be the post down. Let's try to go hard for this one. I think we're gonna do 1 hand at a time, and I think we'll be good with that. Let's start off with our left. All right, we're gonna listen to Little League. Okay. If I don't take a break in between that, I'm not gonna get the same reps on the right hand. So I'm gonna take maybe like 10, 15 seconds and try to get the same amount. And I'm so fucking tired. Me being sick is not helping. It's a bit unfortunate. Man. And we couldn't get really good sleep. I ended up waking up at 1. It took like 30 minutes to wake up, to go back to sleep. Woke up at 6:30. Man, that's unfortunate. So we didn't get that much sleep. Hopefully today we get more. Maybe I'm gonna pass by and get some like NyQuil to help me just a tiny bit more. Oh man. All right, let's do it. Fuck. I told you guys. It's always the second arm, man. It's always the second arm that I can't match because I'm just so tired from the first one. So we're gonna take a quick 5 to 10 seconds, and I for 2 more on our right. And I think we're just gonna do them 2 at the same time because being tired and not matching is not it. I am not the biggest fan of that. Okay, that's good. You matched it. So let's go ahead and let's move on to the next one. I'm going to move down just a tiny bit, and then we're gonna do them 2 hands at the same time, just so we can match it and put the same amount of effort through both hands. Even though sometimes my dominant hand takes over, we're gonna try our best to use our left as much as possible. I think what I'm gonna do is actually grab some weight and maybe I'll do some front delt work in between, maybe 2 sets, 2 heavy sets, but I don't know yet. I want to put more emphasis on this first, and then if I have a little bit more energy, I'll do that towards the end. Just because I haven't really been doing a lot of front delt work. And even though you do kind of work your front delt when you're doing your upper chest, I feel like because I'm tunneling so much to get a deeper stretch, I'm also taking a lot of my front delt away. So we just need to work on it a little bit more just to make sure that we're working out at least a little bit. Okay, let's do the next one. Let's do 85. Solid ones. Come on. Come on. Nice. You can also take away your forearms if you kind of set your arms like this, your hands, I mean. It helps a bunch. And it eliminates my forearms from the movement. And so it's all my back down. Whoa. So 1 hand at a time. Finish it off. Man, I question my life choices sometimes. Like, I should really be resting right now. I'm feeling a little sick, so it's really my fault. But hopefully by tomorrow, we feel a little bit better. I'm gonna try to get as much rest as possible tonight. Hopefully we sleep it off and we feel much better. I'm gonna stay here for 2 more. I'll see you guys for the pump check after this. Okay, let's see what kind of damage we did today. And luckily, today was not too busy at the gym, so we really got access to everything. It was a really nice, smooth day. Unfortunate for us, we were a little bit sick, so we kind of had to deal with a little bit of congestion throughout the workout, but we still went hard. Let's see. Let's see how we're doing. Man, I was already feeling a crazy pump when we were doing it, but let's see. Man, man, I've been pretty happy with the results we've been getting for our back. Things have been looking pretty freaky. Man, the traps are looking crazy. Side delts are looking insane. These are these are looking fire. Man. All right, let's get it back to you real quick. Nice. All right, let's get it back. Back spec real quick. I need to look at myself or else I won't be able to do it. There we go. Actually, just a tiny bit closer. Let's put it right there. The only problem, there you go. Let me do it this way. There's no way. No, don't send it. Don't send it. There we go. I need to see myself a little bit or else I won't be able to do it. That's just, I'm an idiot. And then I'll just zoom in a little bit for you guys. Let's get it from this side now. See how it's looking. One more, and then we'll go home. We have some of that tandoori chicken waiting for us, so I'm pretty excited. I am pretty excited. We've been doing our hour cardios in the morning, so I don't really have to worry about cardio after the gym, which has been pretty nice. Just getting my cardio done even before I start my day. So I usually do it like around 7 to 8 a.m. And that's been working out pretty well. All right. One more. Nice. Okay. Let's go home. I think we're done. Let's get one more of the backside actually. I'm feeling good today. Nice. Okay. I will see you guys tomorrow for legs again, for biceps, and for forearms. I'm gonna go home and eat. Don't skip your cardio. Be consistent. And try out those lateral raises that I've been telling you guys about with the cable machine. Don't sleep on them. If you want some crazy side delts, I suggest you do them. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys had a good one.